This is the foundation and grade inspection. We're at the right hand elevation. There's a lot of bushes here, not good to have them around a house like this, and also the grade is coming up and touching the bricks behind there. Now what that will do, allow moisture to get on the bricks, and then that will penetrate the brickwork and can rot the studs inside the wall. So that's got to be cut back. So we're at the right hand elevation. The grading at the right is okay. We've got a clear swale down here, nice bit of drainage. Go to the rear elevation. Now looking at the foundation. Well, there's no foundation visible here. We've got stonework that's been built up around it. It's laid stone. Let's move to the left hand elevation of the property. Again, we've got a lot of bushes. They're not good. They expirate loads and loads of water, and as a result reduce the moisture content in the soils around the foundation. We're now at the left hand elevation, right hand elevation. And there's a lot of tree roots, a hell of a lot of tree roots. I would be suspecting that the tree roots of this tree here and there are actually under the foundation, and that can cause problems with your foundations. Let's go and look at the front elevation. Now here we've got the opposite problem to the front, the rear. At the front it's too low on the grade wall. It should come to about 4 inches below the top, below the brick line. That's where the grade should come. That supports the foundation, but over the years it shrinks, lowers. Again, lots of bushes close to the foundation, not good. We've got the sewer outlets. And there's signs of rats around the foundation. Trapped there. Okay, so we're at the left front elevation, looking at the grading. It's okay, not bad. It's going to drain, but again we've got trees close to the foundation, or bushes, going to remove soils, cause all sorts of problems with buildings. This is the roof inspection. We're starting with the ground level view. First thing I point out is there's very little guttering over some of the doors, but missing guttering is not good because it allows water to pool at the foundation. So a recommendation going forward is to consider guttering. We'll look at the ventilation on the soffits. We have some soffit ventilation here. A bit dusty, could do with cleaning. So left hand elevation has soffit ventilation. There's soffits on the rear elevation. And we're now at the left hand elevation, and we have soffits down the left hand elevation. So let's get up on the roof and see what we've got there. This is the roof inspection. One thing I noticed as I climbed onto the roof, we've got a rise in the roof here, but bit of a depression there, across there. Here we got a furnace. Don't know what's actually below there, we'll find out when we get in the attic. Okay, this is the area where the roof is, in contact or close to contact with the tree. Let's see if there's any damage. Yeah, there's a little bit of damage to the roof here from the tree. Some repaired damage down there, prior repair. It's been damaged in the past. This is the flue. Look at the flashing. It's reasonably okay. We have wind turbines, attic ventilation. Looking okay down here. Let's go a bit further down. Now the bushes there are in contact with the roof. It's not good. They need to be cut back. Chimney, we're going to look at the flashings of the chimney and general construction. Okay, the capping up here is cracked and somebody's made a half-hearted attempt at sealing it. You see all this caulking? It's useless. What's got to happen is the cap's got to be removed, all this concrete has to be removed, chipped off, and then another cap put on in form of mortar to seal it. You don't want it leaking because water getting inside the chimney structure will cause the chimney to fail in the future. Other than that, it's in reasonable condition. We're missing a chimney cap, sorry, we're missing a cricket in this area here. It's part of the chimney coping. We'll come up to the top here and we will see how it's all breaking here and it's fallen away onto the roof. All of this around here is going to leak. This must be replaced. There's no option. Small gutter here, front elevation, it's completely blocked, needs to be cleaned out. This is the attic inspection. The insulation is in poor condition. We're currently at the right hand elevation of the house. We're going to move further into the attic and have a look at the overall condition of the... This was the original roof to the house. As you can see, it's been left in place, and another roof which formed the new addition has been built over the top. We have a purlin running down here, but it's not supported sufficiently, so this purlin needs another brace added to give it the structural strength required to hold this line. The original roof was a shake roof, wooden shakes. They've been left in place. Now the problem with these is they can be a fire hazard. This stuff can get very, very dry and it can be a hazard. I'm not at all happy with timber shakes being left on this roof in this area here. They should have been removed. They've been removed in certain areas but not all the way along. As a result of that, these, though they're in place, they could in the future become a hazard. You can see they're tinder dry, absolutely tinder dry. This is another purlin. It's unsupported. We have one support there. Purlins are put in place to stop the attic joist spreading. Well, this will stop the attic spreading, but the load of the roof is not supported from here right the way up to the apex there. And really what I want to see is some purlins coming down to join with the structure below, so that this roof is fully supported. As it is, it's not. You could see the original rafters were 2 by 10, and the rafters now in place are 2 by 6, and here, yeah, 2 by 6. So quite a lightweight structure compared to the old roof, which is quite heavy. I wouldn't recommend you store anything up here. There's not a sufficient structural strength for you to be leaving stuff in this area. This is the attic steps, and you see there's no weather seal on these attic steps. Now, because this is a garage, there should be a weather seal on here to stop fumes getting up into the attic itself. You get gasoline fumes, you get all sorts of stuff can get up there. And that, if there was a fire in the garage, would mean that fire would spread very rapidly to the rest of the house. In addition to that, looking at the ceiling here, you can see there are cracks appearing, which indicate structural movement in and around the building. In the early stages, we've got cracks here. The wall and window inspection, standing at the right hand elevation, and we have some differential settlement cracks here. Now, these cracks have been around for a while and there's been an attempt to seal or cover them up, but they've reopened. Look here, it's a very sharp edge, which means the foundation movement is current. It's actually happening as we speak. We could confirm that further by looking at the window caulking here. Apart from the caulking is old and hard and brittle, it's also cracking as the wall moves away from the window aperture. It's on both sides. So we have active foundation settlement on the right hand elevation. More cracking in the windows there. I'm now at the front elevation. Again, we're looking at walls and windows. The caulking on all the windows is very poor. It's got to be replaced. The problem with poor caulking in Texas is twofold. In heavy rainstorms, the water can penetrate. In hot weather, the hot air can penetrate into the house, and as it does so, hits cold air and forms condensation. You get dampness behind the walls. You don't want that. We have a trim board sprung here. That's indication of movement. We're at the front left elevation. And we can see running along here, horizontal line, a bit of further indication we have a little bit of settlement going on in the building. Now going to the left hand elevation of the property. Now a small window up here has missing caulking at the bottom. All the windows need recaulking. And we have signs of previous repair to a crack coming down here at the foundation. And exposed light fitting over the garage. We have rotting trim and deteriorating soffits at the rear elevation by the arbour. The arbour itself is attached to the house, and it shouldn't be. That's going to cause damage to the trim and the soffits. It could at some point pull the soffits out and that part of the roof collapse. Here you can see the arbour is starting to pull away and move away from the building. My recommendation is this arbour is removed. It has soil in contact with wood, which means it is a harbour of termites, and of course they can spread once they get into parts of the structure like this into the rest of the house, which I'm sure your termite inspector is going to tell you. Here you can see there's a lot of water damage on the arbour, and it's further pulling away. This arbour is close to collapse. It's going to move in this direction. I wouldn't want to be under it when it moves. This window here is missing caulking all the way around it. Every window in this house needs recaulking. This is a Federal Pacific panel. They are associated with fires, and this one could be no exception, and it would be necessary if you have it checked out by a master electrician to give it a safety write-off. There's no way that I can tell you whether it's going to be safe or not. They were originally installed right up until the 70s, and then the company itself went out of business. And we've got a damper up here. There's a damper controller there, but we've got gas logs below it, and there's no means of locking that damper and stopping it from closing completely. This has been a retrofitted gas log system in what was an old wood burning fireplace. Now, as such, there's an ash trap here at the back, and as well as being an ash trap back there, there is a door to the back of the chimney here. This is the chimney door. This used to be outside. It's now inside. This should have been sealed off completely, not left open like that. I recommend that that is sealed off, that you don't have it open. It's not in fact intended to be a wood burning fire, but if you did burn wood on there, hot ashes could fall down here, and this small flimsy door is all there is between hot ashes coming out on the carpet and igniting it and causing a fire. So this is quite a hazard. That needs to be sealed completely. just opened up the panel. We're now looking at the panel itself. We have an isolator up here, it's 200 amps. We have neutral here, and we have the ground here. Now modern day requirements require the ground, which is here, and the neutral, this side, to be bonded, and this is not. So we should have a bonding bar put in here to join the two up. As it is at the moment, it's not up to modern day standards. When I opened this panel up, this breaker here was loose. I've actually pushed it back into place because it can be dangerous, and we don't want dangerous breakers in place. These breakers themselves are loose. That in itself doesn't necessarily mean they're bad, but they could be. Now we have another problem here. This is aluminium. We have aluminium wiring in this house. Aluminium is associated with fires, and this aluminium wiring really should be replaced. I don't recommend it being left in place. It is known for its dangers. The rest of it is looking okay. We have aluminium wiring going to the cooker and to the AC, and I'm not sure where they are, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 aluminium circuits here. There are 6. This is the meter, and I'm looking for evidence of a grounding bar, and I cannot find one. I must assume that there is no grounding bar to this property, meaning there is no ground. This is the AC unit. I've currently got it running. And it needs a little bit of levelling, but it's not too bad. It could do with levelling. And a maximum breaker size. Max breaker size 60 amp, which is what we've got inside the breaker panel, because I know I saw it earlier. Water isolation valve is beneath that cover there, and the hose bib is also beneath the bushes there. There's also a water meter and an isolation valve down here. This is a good door to the garage. Now, as a garage door, it should be a 1-hour fire door. It's not. It's hollow, and this is about as useful keeping the fire out as a chocolate fire guard. So that needs to be replaced with a 1-hour fire door. This fireplace, you can see here that the fire trim and doors is coming away from the fireplace. When I try to open the door, it just comes away in my hand. This is the... No, I can't open it, it's bust. The chimney itself. Now I can't inspect this chimney properly because I don't have the right equipment. I found the coping was missing at the top, and for some reason, there could be a problem up there. Let's get a torch, see what we can see. This is the vanity at the... Where are we? I'm disorientated. It's just... yes, I'm at the rear right elevation, and the first thing I notice is we have a faucet that's leaking. Can you see? Water coming out all over here. That's pretty bad, not good at all. Let's turn that off. Turn that off. Now, we're just going to try and test whether or not we've got air behind water. That works perfectly. Again, works perfectly. So we have air behind water at the plug doesn't work at the vanity on the left side elevation bathroom. There is a water leak in the shower at the left hand elevation. I think it's leaking in the drain. Now, I can't really see into this. We'll take that cover off and have a quick look. But these type of showers are very prone to leaking. And we do have a water leak. We're going to have a look at it with the infrared camera to see the extent of that water. This is the drain line in the shower. The drain line itself is showing signs of blocking. In addition, there's a lot of debris down there. And this is the area where I think we may have a water leak. It's in the drain line here. In the report I'll give a bit more explanation as to the construction of these type of showers and why you should be wary of them, and especially in a property of this age. I'm in the attic. We're in the process of inspecting the AC unit. We've got exposed terminations in the attic. Pretty wrong. There's numerous cables running over the floorboarding. This is aluminium cable here running over the boards. We've got other cables here. This is the AC unit. It's currently on cooling. The ducting throughout the attic is in poor condition. There's tears and stuff in it. This is the extractor for the kitchen, and that's poorly sealed, so fumes and oily air can get in here. There's also signs of burning here. Well, I'm really not sure what's gone on there. You can see on the rafter here that burn mark around here, charred, quite badly charred. This is the old original roof we're under here. This is the one that's got the shakes on it. There's a lot of discolouring in the rafters in this area. Here is the flue for the furnace, and we're about to turn it on to see what it runs like. I can't do anything other than a rudimentary test to check on air conditioning units. I highly recommend that you engage a AC engineer to come in and take the whole unit apart and have a look at it. All I can do around and do is say, yeah, it runs or it doesn't. This is a furnace. I've just turned it from cooling to heating. And we've done. Lighting up, we have a furnace. Blue flame, igniter works. Under the sink, the shut-off valves for the faucets are missing their handles. That means you won't be able to shut them off in an emergency. That's got to be corrected. The door on the shed is rotting considerably, so is the siding. That's a conducive condition for termites. Not good, that needs to be fixed. fireplace used to be on the exterior wall of the building. And if we come around here, you will see that there is a ash clear out at the back of the chimney here. That's a fire hazard. At the moment it's being used for gas logs, but if it was ever used to burn, and there's nothing to stop you burning stuff in there, if it ever was used to burn, ash could come out the back, which it often does, and it'll fall on the carpet and cause a fire. This part of the house is an addition and was added to the original property. This is the dishwasher discharge hose. It's incorrectly installed. It's actually coming directly from the bottom straight into the discharge unit. As it is at the moment, it can siphon water back into the dishwasher. So that's got to be fixed. So the dishwasher is incorrectly installed. The turntable, well, the service light doesn't work, the turntable lock doesn't work, and the vent fan doesn't work on the microwave. It's on the day of the... This is the water heater. You can see that there's not a drain from the safety pan to the outside. However, somebody has sensibly put a water alarm in it. That needs to be checked to make sure it's working. You have to add water. We'll see if it does. It works. Did you hear that? Excellent. This is a relatively new water heater. It's looking in pretty good condition. We'll try the temperature pressure relief valve. There's the temperature pressure relief valve, and that's working, good operation. And the vent hood is in place. Now the only one thing with this vent hood, it should actually be screwed into place. Should be safety screws here holding it into place. That's the only thing that's wrong with it. We have no signs of rust or corrosion. We have sufficient air supply going into it, and it's sealed from the attic.